Hello, welcome back to Cards on the Table, the football card podcast. My name's Kieran, and as always, I'm joined by Jack, Pete, and Ryan. Each week, we delve into the world of football cards, new releases, biggest pulls, news, and any collecting tips. This week, we're going to cover a couple of new releases, some industry news around whatnot issues and the whole internet melting down, and then a bit of information as well around Breaker's Corner. So what to do when you can't get new product, and where do you then turn to? Awesome. Let's dive straight in. So as we kind of alluded to in a bit of a later topic, there's not really been a massive amount of new releases coming out recently. So one of the first ones I think dropped this week. I'm going to let Ryan pronounce it because I butchered it earlier when I was talking about it, but it's the new top set. It's the top
FugenZ?
FugenZ? Yeah. Sounds about right.
Depends where you're from, FugenZ.
So yeah, it's a new, it's an exclusive Indian release, the actual set itself. And obviously, nice set contains quite a lot of the kind of biggest players, but yeah, so a bit different really from the normal sets that we see released.
Yeah, a little bit. It's UCC. There's only 21 full teams actually in there, compared to your higher amount, usually around 32-ish into UCC products, 28 to 32. Yeah, I think the key thing around it is it's only 40 cases produced worldwide. So it's quite a low print run. So I think around it, it's been a case of finding a lot of low numbered cards, 101s to 5s. I think that's been the exciting part of it, really.
Yeah, a lot of chances to kind of hit big. Yeah, you've got your kind of triple autos. The box makeup themselves is you kind of guaranteed 2 numbered in every box. Autograph odds are actually 1 in every 2, based on the hit rate that's there. So yeah, a different type of box that's obviously come out. You still got some of the big hits in there. So just the kind of the plays that you'd always expect to see. You've got triple autos with Bellingham, Vini Jr. You've got Bayern Munich, I think, has got a triple auto as well. I saw kind of pulled this week. So yeah, some nice cards in there, but yeah, a much shorter print set. In terms of price point as well, so the boxes themselves are only what they launched at £150, so not a super high price point. But obviously, as you mentioned, them being much shorter print and not as many out there, you can imagine that they start to increase in price a lot quicker than some of the other boxes that are out there.
Do we think, though, being shorter print, would you have expected him to have 1 auto every box instead of lucky boxes? I'm not sure how I feel about autos in lucky boxes. I feel like there was a stage where like they released product quite often and it was an autograph in lucky boxes. And I don't know if people are fully on board with that or not fully on board with that. I've not watched a lot of FugenZ, so I don't really know how well it's sold, to be quite honest. But speaking personally, I'm not sure if I'm going in something that's I'm not guaranteed a chance at an autograph at least. I don't know. It'd be one for the viewers. One for the viewers. How does that make you feel? Is your expectations that you should be seeing a signature in a box of cards that you're buying into, or memorabilia or something along those lines? Because me personally,
you love an auto chance. You
I
love
do.
it.
I want an auto. I want a chance at an auto. I do. Not discrediting the product. Like I said, I can't really discredit it. I've not watched it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel
So
about
does it
it.
have relics in it? This
No.
Relics.
It's kind of like a more expensive knockout or some signs of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
knockout's price point was more towards the £80 to £100 price point compared to £150. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, the low print runners bumped that up. The only other thing is that you are guaranteed 2 number cards, and of course, with it being low print run, they're going to be lower numbered compared to being spinner to 99 to 75 to 50, like knockouts are. Again, I've not got around to breaking any just yet. I've got a little bit to go out this week. I'm going to hopefully break some tomorrow. But looking around, people are breaking. People are going mad for it. I think it's come out at the right time. I think, like you said earlier, not a lot's come out. Football wise, so people are kind of getting the buzz for it. It's something different, it's new, it's something I can have a go at. So the price points I've been seeing breaking wise have been pretty high. But like you said, Jack, I think for what they're paying, like we just said, 21. If you're going to sell it as full teams, you're probably looking to make profit off it nearly £10 a team. Again, that's nearly you're paying a premium product for that. You know what I mean? So at that price point, like the Premier League set, and you're guaranteed free hits
Yeah.
in that. So it's that tough margin again, isn't it? Like we spoke about
yeah.
last week, how you break it, how you buy in. It's
But but rare release,
Yeah.
less out there. Therefore, and actually, there's me sat here saying I'm not 100% on the fence with autographs in lucky boxes, but then there's a lot of people out there who actually prefer to go for the chase to actually go into them boxes because it's lucky boxes. So when the autograph does come, then there really is that rush of that could be me. I could be hitting Bayern Munich here, and I'm laughing. So no, I'll tune in, Ryan. I'll be watching a little bit of it. I think I'll be interested.
I remember
to see
last
what
year's got a
happens.
little bit. It kind of came out in the deep of everything last year, so it kind of got overlooked a little bit. In fact, the only times I got FugenZ cards when they're in some sort of giveaway because people give because of the pack rotation. I believe anyway from what I've seen, there's one hit pack in the lot. I think you get a load of base packs, a bit like Logo Fractal. You get all the base packs. There's one pack that has all the hits in. So again, it's that. I think there's a few throwaway packs in there, and then obviously hits coming one go. Yes, it's a bit of a different one. Again, I think we've needed it big time. But again, obviously, there's not a lot of it out there. So again, not too many people realise what it is at the minute, I don't think.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that makes sense. And to be fair, in terms of the actual, I suppose the hit chance, obviously you've got your triples, but there's no Messi autos. Messi's only numbered in it. There's no, obviously Ronaldo doesn't sign anyway, but there's no kind of Ronaldo, there's no relic, so there's nothing there. You've got your Mal auto, which obviously is in most sets nowadays. But yeah, I think the highest numbered within the parallels is to 50, as you mentioned. Like it's not super high numbered, which is a benefit as well, because numbered cards do well. But yeah, not the kind of premium sets that we're looking for, like say, to really kind of have high hit chances that you can then charge premium for them.
Yeah, I mean, there is one thing around it though that the packs look very hard to get into. That's gonna be interesting tomorrow. A lot of people are having to use scissors because they're that difficult. So yeah, there might be a few
select
corners
all
of some of
over
the cards
again.
as well. Yeah, basically. So yeah, if you're into some breaks, I'll find a few corners here and there.
That is a personal battle in it as a breaker in a pack when you can't get into the pack.
Yeah, make yourself look stupid, or you get some scissors, which also looks half stupid. But you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. You need to get them open.
I've got to do what you got to do because you just know one day you're going to try and rip at that pack too hard and it's gone.
You're knocking yourself out. You one of them.
And then you're literally waiting for the first comment that's PSA2.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, just me, they're ready. Yeah. Everyone's ready for that trigger finger.
Yeah, I mean, in terms, obviously, we had a bit of a break last week. We weren't on last week. Jack had his stag do, and he's still alive to tell the tale, which is,
for the cause.
I think it deserves a round of applause.
Thank you very much. It went for 3 days, took me 4 days to recover, but
just DM one
real good.
That's
yeah. Actually, Pete will tell you I actually fell asleep for 20 minutes in dribs and drabs at work on Wednesday.
He's done it.
Yeah, that didn't go at my desk. Yeah.
All I'm going to say, every 10 subscribers we get, we'll release one picture. And then let's see what we can. And as we get higher and higher, the pictures get.
We'll move to videos at 1,000 subscribers.
But they're not PG though. It's 18 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, they are. No, but no, we're recovered. We're back. Yeah, sorry for not being able to listen to us last week. Duty calls.
Yeah, no, definitely so. One not to be missed. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, obviously it's been 2 weeks since the last podcast, and obviously we've had one release really within that time, which shows you kind of how quiet it's been. I think one for us to cover potentially as well, which should be really dropping, I think, at any moment, is the top summer signings. So obviously that's a set that I think it went on sale a month or two ago. I think back in September, start of September, I think it was. When I say it's obviously they don't have a proper release date for this set. It's not like this kind of standard releases that they do. The set itself, so it went on sale at £100. Obviously, that will kind of increase because there's not a super high number of them again. In terms of kind of the box breakdown itself, 6 packs in a box, 6 cards per pack, so 36 cards in total. You get 1 guaranteed auto, yay, and then 2 numbered as well. And obviously, the sets themselves cover all of the kind of transfers that happen during that summer transfer window. So great for people that want to kind of collect for their own team the first time that Isaac's been pictured in a Liverpool shirt, or so that sort of thing is great. I mean, what do you guys think of that?
Certainly, it's quite surprising that the set's coming out before Isaac's even scored a goal yet for Liverpool. But we'll put that to one side.
Yeah. No. As a United fan, I want to really focus on that. But no, you're
Has
right.
Sesko played a game yet?
Oh, you know, don't worry. Sesko's got a couple of goals. Sesko's doing fine, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones. I feel there's been a lot of movement this summer, especially from the Bundesliga to here to the Premier League, and even a few closer ones like Eze as well. Eze is a nice one for Arsenal fans, and I think as well there's some really nice dual autos in the set too, which again very appealing. Like we said earlier, last year's summer signings wasn't an auto box; it was again average every 2, similar to FugenZ. So this year again, it's a little pocket rocket set where it's a smaller price point and some really interesting cards to capture, and with players who are in their new kit for the first time, which again for a lot of collectors is quite key. So yeah, I think they're cool little boxes. I think they'll be better than ever this year too.
I think you're going to expect to see, like, again, because of the fact it's one auto box, I would expect to see, even when we get around to talking about hits of the week in our sort of, segments for this, I would expect we're going to see quite a lot of big hits, because we're not talking about a tremendous amount of cards in a product. We're talking about one auto guaranteed a box. We're talking about dual autographs. We're probably going to see a lot more of that come out. So I think people are probably going to get excited about that naturally, because they've got that opportunity to go chasing again at hit chances in like Ryan said, a pocket rocket set that, we've already seen a few of them over the lull, like Focus and stuff like that, where we've seen with the Argentina set where that's just been a pocket rocket set, and people are pulling things out left, right, and centre. So once, that'll be an exciting one. But again, when you talk about price differences, what was that, £100?
Yeah,
around
£100. Yeah.
There's an extra £50 there in the other set that we've just spoken about, and you're getting a guaranteed autograph in this set. But I suppose what you are getting from the other set is a different array of players, isn't it? You're not limited to certain players.
Yeah,
But it
I
is
also think on
interesting.
release as well, I think it's a key point in time. Same as FugenZ, where we've just come out the back end of Reverence, Immaculate, Obsidian, all the high end products that everyone's kind of, sick of spending the money into. And we're coming up to Christmas too. It's nearly Halloween. We're talking November next week, so people are starting to save money. So these sets like some of Signing's, FugenZ, the small little and Focus, the small pocket rockets, kind of let you still get involved in it at a smaller price point, affordable price point. So I think it's come out at a key time. It will come out at a key time, really.
Yeah. I mean, the Ekatike Isaac dual auto is going to definitely be the chase, isn't it?
Really nice.
Which is a hell of a card. But yeah, it looks like a nice little set. To be fair, and it's something that, let's say, the kind of cheaper sets around this sort of time of year, perfect. I can see there's quite a few kind of breakers lined up to break it. So yeah, fingers crossed it comes out relatively soon. In terms of other new sets, I won't go into some of the ones that are further away, just because we don't know the date, and it's good for us to go through close to the time. But one thing to mention is obviously there was a bit of an update from Topps over the last kind of week or so, in the kind of confirmation to some extent, that they're going to be launching the Deco, the Merlin, the Museum, and the Inception before the end of the year. That's got to be an estimation, because I can't imagine that they can get all 4 of them sets out before the end of the year. But it'd be amazing if they did.
I also think Dynasty was chucked in the mix as well.
Well,
which is another one. Dynasty
which
as
one was
well. I
that?
heard was chucked in the mix too. Yeah.
Dynasty. Oh,
Yeah.
oh God.
I'm just gonna call it out now. If Topps ever are listening, can you sort your website out before you release all of them products, so we have half a chance of being able to buy them? Would be lovely.
Yeah, it's
Can't be
ridiculous,
to get
isn't
to
it?
the checkout, can you, before it's gone?
Yeah. I mean, 4 of the biggest products in one go. It's going to be an interesting time right before Christmas as well. It's going to be a hectic period. It's going to be interesting again, because they are usually spread out through the year. But to bring them all out last minute at that point of the year where everyone's trying to save money for Christmas and this, that, and the other, it's going to be interesting. It is gonna be interesting because like I said, 4 of the biggest sets, are people gonna afford to buy into them? You know, what's the resale price
No.
gonna be? It's gonna be a tough one.
Well,
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be fun.
it's
It's gonna be
yeah,
fun to watch. Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be a crazy time.
We're
Yeah.
not talking about 4 sets that
No.
depreciate in value either. We're talking about 4 sets that hold their value, and if anything, climb. When you look at sort of like, you look at the landscape of how breaking's gone recently, probably take Immaculate actually as, and let's say the one to talk about on it is it started off at a price point that people felt, but it was still expensive, but people were comfortable in buying into. Now, even I know as a breaker, you probably need to put 200 quid on top of the box you initially bought the price of the box at. And then you need to try and go down that route as a breaker with people buying into it, for them to understand that the price is actually increased in its value, which is probably something we'll talk about in 5-10 minutes. But this I can see massively happening when you release 4 major products out at the end of the year, and all of them products are fighting against each other, and you as a breaker need to decide which ones you break and how you balance that out against the cost. That will be, it'll be interesting to see the product and what the product brings to buyers, but it will be a damn sight more interesting for I think for breakers personally to even understand the headache of how they get around being able to break it. and at what price, because if they do, if it's that big bang at the end, that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a right box of
It
party tricks
is
for
an
people to get
interesting
on
one. So
board
if you've
with.
got a limited amount of money, for example, you walk into Fanatics, and all 4 are there. Which one you're
What do
going
you
for?
buy? Oh, it's
always
Inception for
Inception
me.
for you.
Yeah, I've got to. Yeah, it's always. But music, you're really playing with my heartstrings there. It's actually hurting my
This is
hurting my
like what's gonna be
feelings
on
in my
Whatnot
head
though. You're gonna be
because
scrolling through one, it's gonna be a museum, then it's gonna be Deco, then it's gonna be Inception. You'll be like, a headache for a buyer going, what one do I spend money on and when? Like, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts.
round robin really quickly. Come on, round robin really quickly. For me, it's Inception, Museum, Deco. That's my top. That's how I rate that.
See, it's interesting. I don't know if it's like nostalgia from being like that's where I came in kind of last year, but Merlin was out last year. Was kind of that's like one of the first sets that I really got into, and I don't know if that holds a bit of a special place in my heart. I'd say Inception's definitely number one. I'd probably say Merlin number two, Museum number three.
What about talking?
Yeah.
What about talking buying into rather than collecting? Because for me, the rank differently. I think Inception is one of the best looking sets around, but I think value for money for buying into a break, especially, it'd probably be mid table because I feel like Merlin and Deco, you're going to get more value for money.
Yeah, you got more guaranteed hits
So
in them
so
sets
I'm
from
torn
last
because
year,
I
right?
love Inception, same as Jack. I love and breaking it as well is fantastic. It's a buzz. It's a thrill. 7 cards a box. You pull some real big cards. And then like buying into it, I bought into a lot of Inception again last year, which was dead good. But again, feel like I didn't hit a lot. So it's one of them. I think, well, do I spend my money in a bit of Merlin or Deco to get something out of it? Or do I go big or go home? It's a tough one, isn't it? It is a tough one.
Let me paint the picture for you, mate, because I feel like
I'm on the fence.
you're
I'm
having
on
a
the
battle
fence.
in
Yeah,
your
I'm
head
on
here. Just you've got an unlimited your pockets. These pockets ain't empty. All right, if these pockets ain't empty, where are you going?
If a pockets went empty, we'd be in a room together right now at a table. First.
We
Yeah,
actually
we'd
would be
be
around the
breaking it
table.
together here. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be having this discussion. If my pockets are empty, probably be buying a parcel of Inception. Yeah, I'd probably buying a parcel of Inception for
Yeah.
sure.
There you go.
Yeah, because I think with Inception, because obviously in the previous sets you got one auto guaranteed, right? 7 cards. So you buy into a break that some people are maybe breaking by teams or even potentially further, which a lot of them did. Your chance of hitting's a lot lower. So I think if you pass it, it's great because you're guaranteed at least one hit. But yeah, I think it's the card design, isn't it, with Inception? I think you just can't.
They all
that.
have their own little asset. Because for example, Merlin, the match ball autos, like they are just like none other. Like how thick the cards are, bit of a match ball in a card just looks so appealing to me. Renaissance as well. Jack, you know about Renaissance.
Don't
Oh,
even
sorry,
get
no.
me started on Merlin.
Pete knows
People
about
need to
Renaissance.
understand.
Yeah, I guess
Pete thought
Pete
Renaissance
knows about
the other day.
Renaissance.
lovely little Renaissance the other day.
We need Pete's. We need. We need Pete's top 3, and then don't get me started about Merlin. I spent 3 hours on Friday night. People need to appreciate that set. One box
For the value I've got, side Merlin there, but as you say, the Inception cards, they are literally a work of art. Each and every card, we always say, we could frame them. They're just, class.
The museum's closed, but I
Yeah.
feel like it plays a big second to Inception every time. It's a very similar box.
Yeah.
I think you get a couple more hits in museum, don't you? You get the patch autos more regular. You probably get 2 a box. Compared to Inception is 1.
Yeah, you get 2 autos. Well, in the previous sets, you got 2
Yeah.
autos, 8 cards in a pack.
Yeah.
So,
See,
yeah.
gold frame chances
yeah,
as well
that's
in
it.
museum. Isn't there?
Museum definitely, and Mark's Excellence in that as well. Is it not?
No, Mark Spencer's in
Chrome.
top Chrome. I thought the same
They're in
thing.
a few different
No,
sets.
I
And
was
there's
still in
sometimes in Mark's Excellence, but
yeah.
so again, museum has its own place on the market, but I feel like when it comes out same time as Inception, I think it overshadowed.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a very interesting end to see. Like say, I mean, to be fair, they're not. I can't imagine that they're going to bring them all at the same time. It might be that you get 2-week periods between each of them, if you know what I mean, which would help a little bit because at least then you get to see a bit of it, and it works perfect for the podcast to always have content. But it's going to be hopefully a fun end to the year, and that's if they deliver it right. I mean, I think based on the volume of what they've delivered so far, I think it's quite a tough task to try and get all of that out. I can imagine that a lot of it's been pushed back by the Prem set and what they've done there, because obviously it's a massive set. First time with the Prem license, they probably want to do it right. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk a lot about it on this channel much, obviously, because we're mainly football podcast. But they've also got the new NBA coming out soon as well for the first time. I think that's also had a bit of a play in it too. Tops, I think the overall view of it is, I think Tops is smashing it at the minute. To be fair, they are really, really, really killing it at the minute. Fair play to them.
They've got their feet on the pedal massively.
Hey, who knows?
They are
Panini might throw a
going
curveball and put Noir in the mixer as well. That'd be yeah.
Well,
maybe.
Well, the checklist is out now, so we know it's definitely coming. We know what the cards are, so we can definitely talk about that. We'll cover that one when they finally release it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they do. And they announced that they're going to do the flawless. Panini said they're going to do flawless the World Cup next year, which would be cool. And I think there'll be quite a few sets, I think, next year for the World Cup, which would be quite nice as well. So yeah, it's exciting. Cool. So yeah, that was kind of new releases. I mentioned that there's not a massive amount at the minute, but some exciting things to come. Move on to industry news. So I think the first one that's probably the most, maybe from recency bias, but the most pressing is Whatnot going down for the day. Which so we're recording this on Monday, the 20th of October. Obviously, Whatnot went down this morning, came back up for a short period, went down again, and is currently down now as I'm kind of recording this. So what do you guys do? Walk outside?
We're on a bit richer and a bit sadder.
Honestly, I've literally lost my right leg today. I don't know what's happened. I'm trying to figure out where my viewing time's gone.
Imagine how many relationships couples are actually going to talk to each other tonight and be like, "How was your day?"
It shows the difference of of what we do on an evening, every evening, straight onto Whatnot. See what's going on.
It's just took its toll. The literally moments before we joined this podcast, 3 of us are in a big great breakers group of a lot of breakers. I think everyone was being very, very silly tonight. I think there was a bit of banter for that. No one had nothing. No one was breaking. No one had anything else to do. So it was all just attack each other on the there. It was quite funny actually. Quite a good little moment. That was quite funny. Yeah. So to be fair, I got away with it a little bit today. I booked a train at 10. Got up and seen that people were struggling. I couldn't even, to be fair as well, it's a discussion to make for breakers, especially people that are full time, etc. It could be damaging for the business at the end of the day, and also for targets and stuff like, because it doesn't mean you can't stream either. It means you can't pack. You can't withdraw your money. You can't access anything on there, so it can be damaging in ways. All jokes aside, like I try and I think you guys are the same kind. Concentrate on 1-day shipping. So that's affected me a little bit today, just on that side of things. So yeah, it has been a bit of a tough one. But
Yeah,
it's going to
I've seen
happen.
that.
At the end of the day, I've been
I've
around this platform over a year and a half now, and it's not happened very often. And like you said,
No. And to be fair to them, it's not
no,
their fault.
no,
either.
it's not. It ain't their fault as well. But yeah, it is. Does take a toll on your life now. It's all what.
I did see a few bits though today when I went on whatnot, like particularly I think the second time it went down because people had gone back on thinking, rightfully so, that it wasn't going to go back down again. So they probably took that natural confidence. Right, we're all good. We can get back on and get cracking and sell some football cards or whatever it was they were selling. But now I think there's like little periods before we started the podcast tonight where I've gone in and checked and you can't actually do anything and it's asking you for your payment details to be updated again. But there's people who've obviously already sold, let's say, 20 spots out of 40 spots in a box. Now they've got to sit there for 3 hours and wait until make a decision. They've got to either, and I don't think they can even refund people or do anything because it's gone down. So it's not like they can even stop a show and restart it and then get themselves back up and running. Again, it's obviously not Whatnot's fault, right? But
It is a tough
can
one.
imagine.
It caused a few headaches.
That's awful.
Headaches. But I think the community now
That
is
is
pretty good. I
awful.
think the buyers are pretty cool as well from past experience. I think they all obviously understand. So yeah, I think everyone will be fine. It's one of them things. Yeah, like I said, I
you
got
just
lucky.
move
I
on.
went on and just after it went back up, I thought, should I go? Should I not? Seen a few people doing alright. And I did. I actually had a really, really good stream today. Got on, got off. Yeah,
Just rub
got
it
on.
in.
Sorry,
Rub it
guys.
in
Got
for a
in.
bit.
Had a good show. Then it happened again. I was like, you know what? I got away one here today. I should have just left it alone. But you know, it happens. It happens. So, rumor has it though, the Fnatic had a great day today. The first time in a while.
Yeah, I can well imagine. Everyone's twitching. They got nowhere else to go. They're like, "Oh, I'm down."
They had the best day apparently today. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
I heard it was
Shots fired.
Fanatics that they just did a DDoS attack against Whatnot just to get some
Blue
traffic.
Lizard
That's what it
Squad
was.
got involved.
Boys went berserk with people buying Prem packs.
So yeah, hopefully by the time at which this comes out, Whatnot will be back up and running. Everyone can get back on,
My
which would be
life
nice.
back.
And yeah, yeah. The other thing that we had down for industry news as well was something that came out earlier this week around Lamine Yamal not signing any products outside of actually official products for tops and stuff, so that he doesn't damage the value of his signature, effectively make it more exclusive, which is a very interesting take. When I mean, personally, I'd never buy anything signed outside the front of a football stadium for the fact that I don't know that it's actually been signed by him. So it is an interesting take that he's gone down that route, but it'd be interesting to see what you guys think as well with regards to what's that mean for. Do you think his auto value will go up? Do you think other players will follow suit? Do you think it was something to be U-turn? Like it's an interest to see what's going to happen.
It means people might finally take some interest into the legends of football and their signatures.
Yeah.
That would help. I don't want to get on the bandwagon here, but like Lamine Yamal is a massive player, massive figure in football. He's clearly carried half of the hobby on his shoulders for a period of time, which is great, and it's fantastic for us all that we've been able to like pull his cards. People have been able to get them and sell them on for like extreme amounts of money. That's probably changed some people's lives, but I can never ever get past the point. I've seen it so many times where you're doing a break or you're actually selling a break and you're sat there and you've got Kaka and Cafu and Pirlo and Maldini and Beckham, but Lamine Yamal goes dead, and we haven't, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, that enthusiasm of a break is just gone, and it's probably sometimes even the same for Messi and Ronaldo. And I get these figures are big figures, but I suppose I don't know. I don't know how a card collector looks at things. Whether you're looking at it with like the simple goal that you want to get that card and you want to actually have that life-changing money that gets you the deposit for your house, or you're actually when you want, you're a fan of card collecting. You've got a love of the fact that you might pull a card, you might realise it's probably not the 50 quid you might have paid for it, but that's your card and you've kept that card, and it's, do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes these big names in football, and it will be Lamine Yamal being one of them. There is a real chase there that really just diverts from appreciation of how good some of the footballers are in the game that we've got to chase. So, it's obviously going to make it rarer. I won't go on too much longer because I'm rambling like an idiot. But yeah, I'm just personally happy. I think that we might have an opportunity to see a little bit more flexibility and actually some of the great players in the game and people being able to chase them as well, not just laser
I can see
focus on
both
one
sides
player.
of it in the way that they've done it as well, because he is still so young as well. There's so much of a risk these days with these young talents that they become so saturated in the market. So I completely get why they've done it. In terms of value, obviously, we're still going to see him in plenty of football card sets. So whilst there's not be an increase, it won't be enormous, I don't believe. Particularly given the number of sets he's actually appearing in now. But definitely an interesting move, and it'll be interesting to see if we see other players sort of following suit as well.
Yeah, it's a tough one though,
Yeah.
because I quite enjoy, especially like the big players. You see Messi do it all the time. See Ronaldo that signing young kids' cards and shirts outside. I think that's a really good fan engagement by some of the bigger players, and I think that's part and parcel of being not only just a big footballer now, but an idol for a lot of these kids and stuff. I think it's I find it quite disappointing, to be fair. I really do. I like that side of it. I know it's gone more towards money and stuff now. I think that's the problem. I don't know. I mean, if I look at if I was a football player, I'd quite enjoy also making fans and kids smile and have a bit of fan engagement. I think it's they you know, they pay you wages. They're the ones investing the money to come and watch you every week. Why not give them a little bit back here and there? It is a tough one. I think again, I think that Jack's saying back to people prefer to chase his autos, especially in the car. Well, I think it's mainly for investment more than anything. Well, it is like it is for
It is
for me.
investment. I think it
Like
is.
I'd much fanboy over more of David Beckham auto than what Yamal one at the end of the day. Look, I'd be buzzing to pull one,
Is
but
that
yeah,
generation though?
it
I
I was
think
is.
going to say that is an
Yeah,
age
it
thing.
might be as an age thing. Like I say,
Yeah.
look, if I pull a Yamal auto, I'll be over the moon because like we've seen in the past, it can be life changing. It can be life changing. It's great, but
Yeah.
it's that's all it is. It's not, you know, a David Beckham auto.
Yeah,
I'd think
it
more
is.
twice about. Well, probably would keep it because it's, you know, someone watching. He's a great guy, and I found that more valuable. My end. I don't know why. Yeah, people are different. That's why we're in the hobby for a reason. People have different opinions, and people in the hobby for different reasons. But for me, yeah,
It is different though.
it is. It is.
I never I can't get out of my head, you know, sitting there watching David Seaman, sorry, get lobbed by Ronaldinho in the
Yeah,
World Cup. Like that, and now I'd much more, you know what I mean, chase one of them cards.
yeah,
Yeah. I do wonder as well whether it's been partially ruined by. I get what you're saying as well, Ryan. With regards to like kids going and having like their shirt signed
yeah,
or their autograph book signed or stuff like that. But then you see people stood outside training grounds, grown adults with boards with loads of like football shirt numbers
yeah,
on, but they're just basically just getting to sign to
yeah. I
sell.
see that side of it
Do you
too.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? And you do wonder whether stuff like that has ruined. I don't know if it's as bad, obviously in Spain and stuff, but it's you do wonder whether that's kind of ruined it a
yeah,
little bit.
possibly.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a tough one. But like you say, you don't know whether people are going to follow suit. I personally, I can't see it having. Obviously, he's saying it because he wants. Well, they're saying because they want him to be able to protect his the value of his autograph and stuff. I can't see it impacting his autograph that much in terms of him signing other stuff, right? Because it's not licensed, it's not on a card, it's not all this sort of stuff. I just can't see it affecting the value as
no,
much.
no. Like you said, I think there's like there is like you said, you don't trust buying it. I think majority of the world don't trust buying it unless it has a certificate of authentication with it. For example, you probably won't buy it for big money anyway. So I don't see the difference in impact rather than just putting smiles on people's faces. In you know, if anything, um, you know, so yeah, it is a strange one. I don't know. A lot of be opinions around it, but yeah, Cardwell's safe. That's the main. You know, for us here sat now, that's the main thing for us. But I don't think we're gonna get many opportunities to get Yamal Auto signed by him ourselves personally. So the
Nah.
best thing for us is a card, which is fantastic. It will stay. But yeah, I think it. The thing is, it may increase the value. They're at an all-time high anyway. Like for cards in general, his cards some silly numbers, silly numbers. So will it go up even more than that? I don't know. Um, who knows? Who knows? Again, it's another topic,
Yeah,
mate. Very interesting topic.
yeah, definitely so. He's probably got RSI injury to his wrist from the amount of times he's signed for
Yeah,
spots.
probably. Yeah,
The amount of stickers, the amount of stuff he
yeah,
goes into, he's probably saving himself so he can
yeah.
sign more.
It's not much of a
Um,
beauty though, is it? His signature.
No, it's not great, is it?
Shearer, yeah.
Not like an Alan Shearer.
They're always
Yeah,
back to
not a
Shearer.
Shearer.
Yeah, the best one.
Best auto in the
Best
game.
one.
Awesome. So I suppose move into Breaker's Corner then. So we touched on it a couple of times in terms of a bit of a lull in products at the minute. So obviously, as the breakers in the podcast, it'd be good to kind of understand, I suppose, how that affects you guys in terms of no new products coming out really in the last couple of weeks. What do you do? How do you find old products? How do you plan your shows out? That
I
sort
think
of thing.
personally we let Jack go on his stag do because it was a lulling product.
Timed it
Tried to
well.
find a few card
Just a
shops
bit.
around Prague, and there weren't many around. To be fair, that's the
No.
only reason why we went, to go and explore some contacts. Really,
I've been queuing outside Asda for midnight releases, but there's nothing there.
like the old days, a blockbuster
It's
for
like
the
the
old.
old days.
No, I think I don't know. I think in all seriousness, I think it's a weird one. Like I think it's a good thing sometimes because it's a really good opportunity to actually try things you've never broke before, like, and bring sets back. Like, I'm going to talk about this particular set, and it is Merlin 22-23. We bought 3 boxes of it, myself and Pete, to be able to break on the channel. And we honestly I thought to myself, and actually probably didn't do. You always do your homework, but probably not enough. I didn't realize how many rookies are in the set, how many legends are in the set. It's a chrome set, so the cards are fantastic in terms of like make and quality. Yet it just seemed, apart from when Pete did it on Sunday morning, it seemed to absolutely, like, there was just no oomph in it, which was incredible because there's Desiree Doué in there, and there's Ekatike's rookies in there, and there's Messi's and Neymar's, and then it's one autograph per box, 3 numbered. In one of the boxes we have 4 numbered and 1 auto. So there's real value in there, but I feel like, I don't know, and part of me thought to myself, is it because we've got so many new people joining whatnot, which is fantastic, but then does that mean actually do we not know so much about our previous sets and what they actually offer? Was my thought on it really in the end. But yeah, I think just for me, when we go into these lulls, people have a look at some of the products people are breaking, and if you're interested, go and do a little bit on like research of what they are, because there's some fantastic stuff out there, and we've seen it with what people have been breaking recently, and it's just I think it's refreshing to actually take a break and go back on what was once hot property. I really do.
Yeah. I think again it comes down, like you say, to potentially an age thing as well, right? People coming into, well, I suppose not specific an age thing, but new to the hobby. So like you say, you don't know what's in sets. You see 30 people breaking one product, the same product, and then you see one person do something very different. You're thinking, oh, okay, well maybe if I don't know what I'm looking for, maybe this is what everyone's breaking. This is what I should get into. But there are some real gems in some of the older sets that are out there. And to be fair, the older sets just hold a bit more nostalgia, right? And like you say, the rookie chances are the big things, right? Rookie cards go for good money, especially for some of the players that are now at much bigger clubs. So yeah, it's an interesting one that sometimes it can be a time thing, right? Like you say, Pete jumped on Sunday morning and it sold well. So it's like, actually it's just down to timing, who else is on, all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what I'm so glad about what happened with you, Pete, on Sunday is Pete jumped on and actually demonstrated how good the set was. The Renaissance case hit from Merlin is one of the most well sought for case hits out there. I'd probably say stained glass is up there with it, which is within the mosaic, which a lot of people don't actually really touch because they don't enjoy what you get out of it, but you get them stained glasses. But this Renaissance case, it was Phil Foden's, wasn't it, Pete? It was a beautiful card, like, and it finally showcased it. Then I've watched MGC Live do it actually yesterday, and they pulled a Neymar out of it, auto to 25, and I'm thinking, please give it a little bit of oomph. Let's see some of the sets like this come back.
It's when you feel like you're having to like educate people sometimes with some sets, like particularly when you're running something that's not as commonly seen. And I think again, probably it speaks to that chase you were saying about around is people sometimes looking just for a certain name. But yeah, certainly the Merlin, it seemed like when we've broken in the last week, it hit certain people in the fields, and then they go in and invest in it. But yeah, I definitely think with when it goes quiet in periods like this, it's nice to look at some of those niche sets, but also to really sort of get lined up with an approach to how you're going to tackle the next few months as well. I'm really looking forward to getting more into cases again, and we sort of went through a real period of sort of buy your cases sets. It'd be nice to sort of get back into that later in the year as well.
See, it's a tough one. I think the period's also been caused by, I think, remember this time last year, I feel like UCC Chrome was breaking for months and months and months and months. It kept going and going, and people were buying and buying and buying. I think now, I mean, look, it's a hard one because breakers are now comfortable, especially in the United Kingdom, of breaking multiple cases a day of each product. I think that's also why it's running out, but it's because there's a massive demand from it. So it's only right people are going to do it. You know, if people want it, people are going to do it. It's pushing it, but then it does sometimes cause little lulls like this where all the products has literally gone. And then obviously waiting for the next one. And for us, it's not been a lot at the minute. It also might be a case of people clearing out as quick as possible for the big periods like that we're about to see the next. Because again, for people breaking and even retailers, it's going to be expensive a couple of months. Money tied up in 4 big products all in one go, and you've got to then shift them all in one go. So it's going to keep on going. It'd be interesting to see the period after that, maybe in the new year. Is it going to be another big lull? Everyone's a bit skint. But a lot of money over Christmas, not just with breaking, but with Christmas and family life and stuff like that. It will be an interesting time after. Yeah, I think that sometimes causes it. We've not had a product this year that's gone on for months, like that's gone consistently. The Premier League's doing a little bit. Still a few people breaking the Premier League here and there. But other than that, like you said, people are turning to the older products because it's the only thing you can get hold of.
Yeah, I was going to say the Premier League. I think the only thing that's stopping that at the minute is availability, right? I think people just can't get enough of it. Like if they could, I think they'd carry on breaking it because
Yeah,
it's doing really well.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Um,
Like last year, it was Chrome did it for months and months and months, but this year there's
Yeah.
not been a time like that or a product that's held
Right.
its course. It's been here and gone. But I also, again, I think Tops and others have played a part in that in releasing so many products at a certain time. People have had to go, I need to get rid of this one quick because next month this is coming.
Yeah.
But then when you
I
get
think
times
Price has as well.
yeah, exactly the same. Obviously, you guys have had to shop about and get a bit of Merlin. Have you had to pay a premium amount for these older products too? Is that how it's working or?
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. I think the ideal scenario for a breaker is when you can literally say to yourself, you could probably, you can look at your stock and you've got a case of products. And you think, you know what, I could take 3 boxes of that on Monday and I can run that no problem. I could take another 3 boxes on Wednesday. I've not got an issue. I've got 3, 4, 5 shows pending, lovely. And you've got to remember there's a lot of breakers who have their job alongside breaking, and there's some people who do it full time. And honestly, I'm envious of those because it's the best job in the world. But it's such a it's such a crazy time. I don't know. It's like you're playing a battle in your head. I know me and Pete, we won't mind sharing this. We've sat and spoke to each other this week. It's almost like you're wheeling and dealing because you're like, what have I actually what have I got at the minute that I can get myself invested into that people would also want to get invested into? And then, if I buy that, actually, are people really going to appreciate what that product is and what that product has to offer? Because I'm going to buy that at a price, which means I'm going to have to set a price in order for that to be sold. So it's, I think it creates that level of doubt in your head. Then there's, God forbid what it actually feels like, actually, if you're a full-time breaker, because if you don't have then clear avenues in to be able to do this as a job or even part-time, you really are sort of like scratching the surface a little bit to think about how creative you can be to give the best possible offerings to people who support your channel and want to come in ultimately and buy from you. And it can't just be anything. It's got to be something that has got some sort of value and, a level of respect to it that actually make people think, you know what, I'm going to buy from you. Yeah, because I know about this and it makes sense. But yeah, that's just my view on it. It's been a bit of a tough one, really.
Yeah. And to be fair, if all else fails, you can't get any product. There's always like Tops Labubu available. You can get on
Exactly
that. Start shifting that. 45 quid a box.
Exactly. I'm just going to go and do tennis or something like that, I think. There seems to be plenty of that when I search for it. Tennis. There's got to be a market for tennis.
Yeah.
I remember the tennis set last year, I think, or early this
Mind
year.
you, I'd be interested to know these days. There seems to be as many or more Disney sets than there do football
Well,
sets.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say this, guys. I mean, obviously, you guys are mainly, well, you're very heavily based on slash football. Was there any thoughts across your mind? You might switch it up here and there to something different just to keep it going.
Yeah, yeah, there is absolutely. I can't tell you how much I wanted to get the darts. I was desperate to really make that first move and go into the darts set. We talk about new releases. We don't touch on too much outside of football, but I think we all know Christmas coming up and the darts wins.
Yeah,
I never ever forget when you did it, Ryan, and that first darts set came out. I've never seen a product go so crazy and well sought for
yeah,
as the darts. So was desperate to get some of that. Unfortunately, this time around doesn't look like that's going to be the case on pre-order. Maybe there is an opportunity for us to do something. Pete's also really into Pete's got a little bit more knowledge than me into the Marvel world, so I'm sure these are areas we will step into. But I think one of the biggest things at the minute is having that level of confidence to do that. It takes you so long to build such a, I'd like to say now, a reputable platform. That like you don't want to make that move that makes you. I suppose it's like fight or flight, isn't it? It's like
yeah,
you don't want to make that move and put yourself in a really uncomfortable situation unless you really know, and I'm a big believer in this, about what it is you're actually selling. I
yeah.
can't go and sell. I couldn't go and sell I couldn't go in a garden centre and sell you plants. I've got no idea. Do you know what I mean? I'd end up on my arse. I'd have no clue. But I can tell you a little bit about Lamine Yamal or R9 when that's where
Ladies and
I'm at.
gentlemen, what he's actually saying as we record this in the middle of October 25 is he's not sure about the boo-boos. So if you're
Yeah.
listening to this in January or
Yeah.
February 26 and it's absolutely slapped everywhere it's sold.
Correct. All I know is that they've got weird smiley faces. Yeah, that's true.
Coming off that, I feel like you're very right there, and I feel the same. Obviously, I break full time, as you well know now, and then obviously I have to break certain products that I get given to me in my situation, and there is always a bit of everything for us. So we do a lot more into Disney than Marvel. We've recently done some F1. We'll get some of the darts and do some of that. So I do a little bit, but I feel like also from where you're coming from, and same with me a little bit, but we do this because we enjoy it. So we break the sets we enjoy. To be fair, in my situation, my family is now card collectors, and they collect a bit of Disney, so I actually do have a little interest in Disney too now. I collect a little bit with the kids and the family, so, I do enjoy it, but I did have to heavily learn the sets, the films, who's in what, and it does take a bit of time, and again, it's that confidence thing too. A lot of the Disney sets I walked into breaking a little bit on edge, not gonna lie, a little bit on edge sometimes to say, "Is this gonna go well? Is it not?" Obviously, you boys, the same as us, have built up a very big fan base and customer base around the football product, so is it gonna sell? Are these guys gonna buy it? Am I gonna have to find new followers and new buyers now? And you do. There's a clear, um, platform on whatnot, sorry, where each spot has its own each, category has its own community. Um, Building that and getting them in. I've just had it with the F1. All the buyers that I had in my F1 Lights Out streams were buyers that are traveling on all the F1 streams together in a community, and they know each other, and and they don't buy stock and stuff like that. So it is hard trying to build that as well, and can be quite nerve-wracking in that. So it is a bit of a jump. It is a bit of a jump. You see certain streamers that only do certain things. You see only Disney streamers and Marvel and TCG stuff. So I think it's again what you enjoy first and foremost, and two what you're comfortable with. Um,
Have
Hard
you
mark.
seen the rise? There's a lot of husband and wife streamers these days, I'm noticing.
There is,
Husband does
yeah.
the sports, wife does the Disney or whatever. Like, there's
Yeah,
a lot
it
of that
can be
going
a
on.
really good balance. Again,
Yeah.
like I say, for me, it's a full-time job. My partner is also in this card world as a job too. So you can like, build good relationships, work and family life around it, and it can make it even more enjoyable. But I think they again the husband and wife streamers or partner streamers do balance each other and provide good entertainment too. So there's definitely a thing for it there. But like you said, there's that many Disney sets and stuff out now. We've just had two back to back. We've had the Chrome, we just had the Wonder come out, and we're in for also doing Mint as well, like the Marvel Mint. So yeah, they are filling the gaps of other things, but especially like so you guys, it's a bit more tricky. Yeah, there's a market for everything. It's one of them things. Yeah, it's tough.
Awesome. So we're not going to do pack battles this week, just because we want to get the camera sorted out so that we're not just commentating what the pack battle is, not being able to see it. But we do need to run through hits of the week. Now this is hits of the last fortnight because obviously we weren't here last week. I think there's only one place we can start, which is with Jack.
Thank you.
Jack, take it away.
It was just Lamine Yamal gold frame 1-of-1 from the new Futera. So it's nothing big, honestly. It was nothing big. There was Neymar 1-of-1 with it on the Heritage. That was just numbered, but I suppose whoever got that, he was too bothered, was he really? But no, that was incredible. If anyone actually saw the stream live, you would have seen that my voice seemed to have gone 10 decibels higher than it is right now. I actually also put it on Instagram, which was fantastic and got a lot of stick for it. But up there, best pull at the minute. I've thoroughly enjoyed that moment, particularly because Pete's done it. Pete's got Peacock Auto Lamine Yamal from the La Liga International set, and I remember him getting it, and he was shaking. So when I got it, I thought, I've got to go one up here. I've got to go one up.
It was
job done, Pete.
It was a great moment. I think in the future, Jack. I think Kieran. I think we should the hits that we get between us, I think we should put a little clip here and there because it was a very, very funny moment.
Yeah.
Like you just said, the voice went bit higher. Is Fisher doing this in the air like he's going mad? And
it's like, I've done it. Yeah. I've done it.
So I think in the future that'd be a really good thing to bring in there. Our own moments of putting some really
you
nice
wait till
stuff.
I put a Beckham one day. That'll be social media worthy.
I tell you pull a Beckham, that hat's coming off. I'm telling you, that'll be off.
Before we just play anymore, Jack, what is it like? What is the buzz like? Tell the guys that don't break the buzz for putting a really nice card like that for someone.
Euphoria. I can only I don't know. I can describe it like when if you've ever played football or something, and you've played for like your Sunday team or your Saturday team, and you've scored a winning goal or something like that. It's just like I don't know, it's like a 5-second takeover of like pure happiness of the fact that you've got that card. Remember, every single person, every breaker, everyone even a buyer, they're all chasing a particular type of card. It's actually quite ironic, really, because I slagged the bloke off about 30 minutes ago about him not signing, but I pulled him and it was brilliant. But it's just an incredible feeling. Even from the first 1-of-1 I ever pulled to now, it's the same feeling every time. That's what makes like that and the love for the hobby. But that particular that's that extra 5% that you're always going into a stream hoping you're going to get, because it's just it's class. You can't beat it. You literally can't beat it.
It is a great feeling, like you say, and you feel like you made someone else happy too, which is even a better feeling. You made someone's day, or even again, some of these cards were life changing. You could have changed someone's life. It is crazy. I mean, the other guys are buying in, but the fact you're holding it in your hand for them, you get the initial buzz. Oh, I've pulled this. Then you get like, oh wow, this is amazing. And the quick realization is actually isn't your card for a minute. You actually have to pass it on. But the buzz is
that, and the fact that you think to yourself, you go like this, you get it, and you go, oh, please be in the Midlands, because there's no way I'm driving about 5 hours to give you this.
Yeah, definitely. It is a great feeling. Again, experiencing it yourself is fantastic. But we've seen some really big. We've got a 2-week gap. What else have you boys seen? I've got a couple of good ones. I'll let you go.
I've got one to follow on with from the Futera. That's what I get now, because this is one of my favourites. It's the 1-of-1 piece unique Diego Maradona match worn boot from 1986. That is a thing of beauty. Not only is the gold frame itself, not the design of the card is amazing. It's a piece of match worn boot from Maradona, which I think is absolutely unreal. So I think I mentioned when we were going through the Futera sets the other week that I hadn't seen any of the piece unique cards. So this is the first one I've seen. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'd like to see what the other, I think 6 or 7 of them are.
That card is stunning. That's crazy. Keeping in theme with boots, actually, I seen it. I think it was yesterday. SK Cards. I watched. It was Captain America, Christian Pulisic from the new Immaculate set, 1-of-1. But it must have been I don't know, like the grip of his boot or something.
Looked like the insole, didn't it?
Yeah, it
A
was
little bit.
mental. I'm not
Yeah.
seeing anything like that. And he pulled it, and then straight after that, in the same case, he had I think he had an Mbappe patch auto to 3, and there was part of the France badge just coming out of one of the sort of like, you know, the gaps, the corners, if you like, of the patch. It was that, and that's rare. You don't really see a lot of Mbappe as well.
That
So
was
yeah.
case of the week, wasn't it? Really.
That was, yeah, big up Esco on that. That was, yeah, slightly
we
jealous,
kind of
but fair
touched
play
on
to
it
you.
last show, didn't we? Where like we said, even with like the alternate focus set, where they're bringing the cut signatures into these sets, have been really, really creative with some of the real nice stuff. Now I think we're gonna find even more nicer and nicer cards. I think as the weeks and months go by. Imagine what this segment's gonna be like when the big boom goes in next month when all the 4 sets come out. It's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. They are being really creative. But I see. We were speaking about it earlier about bringing the old sets back in nostalgia. Some of the big hits that are still coming out of these sets as well. We mentioned last week about the Harlem 101 patch that we've seen. This week we've seen the Cristiano Ronaldo patch auto from Immaculate 2 years ago come out. That was a thing of beauty too.
Yes.
That was been hidden away
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Yeah, but we'll still be there, right? Because you don't know every one of the cards that comes out. So should be some huge hits left in these
Yeah.
boxes.
It's huge.
I did see from Immaculate actually as well, but from the newer one, the 1-of-1 Messi, Suarez, Neymar
I was going to
triple
say
auto.
that Kaboom cards. That was a really good moment as well. With that as
Yeah.
well. I love how, again, for them, they're a shop that sell cards, sell boxes, and obviously their point of business is to make profit from selling boxes. But the fact they kept a case to personal in shop, open together
Yeah.
with a few mates in there as well, and captured a fantastic moment on the CCTV. That again is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. They pulled it and they're going mad. They're all hugging each other. It's just like, it was just honestly a thing of beauty, and what a card it was. But that's exactly what it's all about. You know, you can still be a business, still make money on the things you love, but still really, really enjoy it to a T. And I think that was a really touching moment. I think from them.
Everybody deserves their own 90th minute winner.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And like you say, Immaculate is not, especially if purchasing a case is not a cheap thing to do. So again, props to them
No,
for
not at all.
at the time taking a little bit of a hit and going, "Look, we still enjoy this set. Let's just have a case to rip between us, have some fun with the boys," and it paid off for him in the end. But it was a fantastic moment. No, fair play to him. Fair play. Great card.
Any more for any more?
I don't know the 2 I had in mind,
more
the
for any more?
CR7 and
We'll
the
let this week fester
MSN.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll obviously I mentioned the 2 at the very start. I didn't mention all the players, but yeah, the 2 1-of-1 triple autos from the new top FugenZ set. Obviously Bellingham, Vini Jr, and Rodrygo is one of them, and then Harry Kane, Musiala, and Gnabry on the other one. So yeah, great hits early on. I'd say quite early on as well for them sets, right? They're going to be some of the bigger chases within it. So yeah, they were good ones to watch as well. Awesome. So yeah, I think that's it for this week's episode of Cards on the Table. We've got some good stuff coming up. We've got a few guests as well lined up now. So but hopefully a couple of them episodes are going to be dropping relatively soon. So make sure you stay tuned. We'd love to hear from you as well. So anywhere where you kind of get your podcasts on socials, on Instagram, in the show notes, there'll be links to our socials, to our YouTube, everywhere. So yeah, feel free to send over questions, any topics you want us to cover as well. And then yeah, make sure you subscribe and like and follow and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll be back next week as normal, and we'll see you then.
See you. Take care.
Thank you, Ron.
Cheers.